Hey guys, Matt here. This is going to be my pre-weekend show this week because I'm going to be going to San Diego this weekend, so I'm not going to be around. This is a Thursday in February, so I'm giving it to you a little bit early. This is going to be my top 20 garage rock albums from the 60s. It ranges from 1965 to 1968. I did this rather loosely because I'd never actually seen a list, much less a show on this topic, the best garage albums of the. I've seen the best garage bands, I've seen the best garage songs, lots of lists of those, but not albums, because garage rock was first and foremost a 45 RPM genre, like surf music or reggae in Jamaica or rockabilly in the 50s, punk in the 70s. It wasn't necessarily for the album format, but that's not to say that there weren't some good albums made by garage rock bands. Now, I cheated a bit here. Did I include Love? Yes, I did. Gosh, I may have 21 albums here. We'll see. I just grabbed a bunch of albums I thought could fit into the garage rock, umbrella, which is a large umbrella. And I'm not going to tell you a whole lot about the bands, but I will tell you where they're from, the songs that made them famous and what year the albums came out, the usual things I give you, all right? So I don't know where to start because if we're going in chronological order, then I guess it's the Sonics, right? I mean, their first album's called Here Are the Sonics. It's virtually a Sonics greatest hits. It came out in 1965. These guys were from, I took some notes here, Tacoma, Washington. All right? Listen to the classic songs that are on this album. The Witch, Boss Hoss, Dirty Robber, Have Love Will Travel, Psycho, Strychnine. That's all their famous songs right there. Boy, I hate that glare. All right? If you don't really need a Sonics compilation, if you got, although Boom, their next album, that's not bad either. These guys were incredible. There's a documentary on them right now on, it's either Amazon Prime or Netflix. I think it's on Prime. It's free. Watch it. It's incredible. I mean, these guys were pioneers in so many ways. I think way better than the Kingsmen. But that's just my humble opinion. Okay, let's see. Nothing else from 65. So let's move into 1966, which is the year for garage rock. I've got so many albums from 66. I mean, I don't know where to start. I'll do Blues Magoos. Now, the album that I want to show you is Psychedelic Lollipop, which is this one. But if you get this little box, you get Psychedelic Lollipop, Electric Comic Book, which is not bad, and Basic Blues Magoos, which also has good songs on it. That's their 3 albums. I don't even know what you call this. 3 albums on 2 discs. The Blues Magoos. I mean, this is what it looks like. You can find it on Amazon. All right, all 3 albums. Okay, it's got "We Ain't Got Nothing Yet," which is their most famous song. This is Psychedelic Lollipop, by the way, which came out in '66. Their version of Tobacco Road, which is really good. A Stone song, "Gotta Get Away." One by One, which they later re-recorded, I think, as a 45, which I don't think that version is on here, which is too bad. A blues song, Roy Light Blues. Anyways, it's good. And there's good songs on Electric Comic Book and the 3rd album. So pick it up for the price of 2 discs. I think you get virtually their entire discography. Okay, I'm just going to be grabbing ones from 66 at random here. Here's Turn On with the Music Machine, which I just did a show about these guys and the Electric Prunes, which will also be in this show. This came out in 1966. Sean Bonnewell was the leader. This is a 2-disc set. It is great. The songs, it's got Talk Talk, which is their immortal classic that they're known for. But any Sean Bonnewell song on this album is good. The cover versions are okay, But this is what that's what you want, or his material, and tons of other. And you know what? The Bonnewell Music Machine is a good album too, from '68. But I'm just doing 1 album per band now. Okay, so '66. Who we got here? Question Mark and the Mysterians. One of the garage albums I ever bought, because of course it had 96 Tears. Also, I Need Somebody, which was a top 40 hit. Rest of the album is just okay, but for those two songs alone. And there's also an instrumental, Into Pocket, which I like. See, it's already Into Side. It's already dark in here. The sun's going down, so I can't really see. But there you go. Question mark. And if there's a good, I think, 2-disc set, which you can get, which I thought I had. I look for it, of their first 2 albums. And this is an old, I think this is a bootleg from, somewhere in Europe. But it's sounds good to me. Okay, so again, that's 66. Here's one. Shadows of Night, Gloria. Now, Backdoor Men is also good, but I'm choosing Gloria because it has that song, the Them song, the Van Morrison song, which was a huge hit here in the States. No, I do not think it's better than Them's version, if you want to get me. Lightbulb Blues is good. They do a pretty good version. I've got my mojo working. Oh Yeah, which is the Bo Diddley number. That was a top 40 hit. 2 top 40 hits on the Gloria album. And, rest of the stuff's pretty good. So this and Backdoor Men, which is good. All right. So 96. Oh, these guys were. Am I telling you all the? Okay. Question mark, which I wrote down. Or maybe I didn't. I want to say they were from Massachusetts, but I might be wrong about that. All right. These guys were from Chicago. I'm positive of that. Chicago, Illinois. All right. Shadows of Night. Okay, I'm just looking at 66 here because I'm trying to go in. Oh, and while I'm on it, because I'm never going to do a Shadows of Night show. This Dark Sides, this kind of best of, it's pretty good. This gives you a lot of the material that's on Backdoor Men. So if you want to pick up this, it's got good sound. It's Rhino. Yeah, Rhino. I recommend it. Okay. Let's get things out of the way here. Okay. How about the Seeds? Now, I did a Seeds show a long time ago. That's their first album, 1966. They're from right here in LA, Sky Saxon, of course. This, of course, has Pushing Too Hard, Can't Seem to Make You Mine. But honestly, I like virtually every song on here. This is one of the great garage rock albums. Also in 66, this is like an addendum, is A Web of Sound. Okay, another great album. Mr. Farmer's on here. I think I might like the Seeds a bit more. But to me, they're both must-owns, folks. Must-owns. While I'm here, I guess this is a bit of a cheat because these guys are so good. They're beyond the garage rock genre. The First Love album. Had they not made any other material after this album, this would be a garage rock album. All right? It's My Little Red Book is awesome. Can't Explain. That's just I think all this stuff. Yeah, they do an early version of a Hey Joe. Signed DC is Don Conklin. Love it. And also as an addendum, you need to get to Capo too. Also from 66. All right, way more psychedelic. Side 2, not so good. But side 1 of Da Capo, I think, is better than either of the 2 sides on River Changes. Yes, folks, you heard me say it. Okay? But in terms of a garage rock album, I'm referring you to Love. All right? I put these all away so that I'm just not taking my time. Okay, 1966, still the psychedelic sounds of the 13th Floor Elevators. This came out in December of 66. So when the Blues Magoos released Psychedelic Lollipop, they got the word psychedelic in the title before these guys did. This is a classic, though, folks. I mean, this is as good as psych garage rock albums get. It's got, well, no way can I read that, but it's got, off the top of my head, you're going to Miss Me. It's got Splash, Roller Coaster, Fire Engine. The whole thing is just fantastic. And less of a garage rock album, more of a psychedelic album. Of course, is 67's Easter Everywhere. You need that too. But this show is not really for this album because it's not a garage rock album. Okay? Okay, moving along. Here's the Blue Things. The Blue Things, I wrote this down, were from Hays, Kansas. Blue Things actually came out in 66. They were a band that when they were playing live before this. We're mostly a covers band, but this is a lot of original material, unless it's all original material. I like the album. And after this album, they became psychedelic, and that stuff is on this CD too. This is all the blue things you need. God, there we go. All the blue things you need, and it's great. I think I put this on my list of top albums of 1966. There you go. Hays, Kansas. Here's one I haven't talked to you guys about. The Savages, Live and Wild. Now, these guys are from Bermuda, and they recorded this in a hotel or something. It's live, it's raw. Not a lot of raunchy garage rock sounding songs, but it's certainly primitive in the garage rock, vibe. And it's got The World Ain't Round, It's Square, which is something of a kind of unknown classic unless you're into, garage rock circles. I believe this is their only album. So there you are, Live and Wild, The Savages. It gets the matte seal of approval. Whew. Hate that glare at this time of night. Okay, this is my CD of The Leaves Are Happening. It contains the whole Hey Joe album from 66. I scoured the booklet. It does not contain a picture of the album cover. This is not the album cover, but I think it's a great album. It's got Dr. Stone, Just a Memory, Girl from the East is good. Hey Joe, they own that song, them and Hendrix. The great thing about Hey Joe is Hendrix slowed it down, but he wasn't the first. Tim Rose was. But before Tim Rose, everyone did it fast, like the Leaves. Words, they did Words before the Monkees did. And Too Many People, which is another great song. I like the album a lot. It's called Hey Joe. This is not the cover though, but if you buy this CD, you get the whole album. Here's The Remains from Boston. Their album. The Ramones played with the Beatles on their last show at Candlestick Park here in the States, along with the Ronettes. This is a good album too. It contains two classic songs, Don't Look Back and Why Do I Cry. The rest of the songs are kind of like more like in an R&B vein, because some garage rock bands kind of followed suit with that type of music, fret rock too. But I like the album. The Remains, one of Boston's finest. All right, again, 66. Here's the Monks, Black Monk Time. This is a classic. These guys were from, I think they were in the army. They were GIs over there, and they were, in West Germany. So I don't know where each guy was from originally, but they were all Americans. And this Black Monk Time album is, like I said, it's very well known, and not just in garage rock circles. I love Monk Time. Shut Up. I Hate You. That's like a punk type of thing, right? Complication is wonderful. And then there's bonus tracks. So Black Monk Time, one of my fave garage rock albums, 66. Okay, are we moving on to 67 now? No. This is my Chocolate Watch Band set. Melts in your brain, not on your wrist, like a watch band. This is the album No Way Out, which is not in. There's no picture of this in the booklets. I had to Xerox this off from, or print it out from online. It's a great album. So is Inner Mystique, which I like a lot, which doesn't have the band on it, though, on some tracks. But I do love No Way Out. And can I see this? Are You Gonna Be There at the Love In? No Way Out is great. Oh, man. Can't read that. I know there's other great songs on here, but that's okay. Let's Talk About Girls, though, I think is not on there. That's a great song. But there you go. If you get this little comp here, 2 discs, you don't need anything else by the band. Okay, I think we're moving on to 67 now. No, we're not. Okay, Paul Revere and the Raiders. Now, I knew I was going to have a Raiders album, but I didn't know which one, because they've got a handful of really good ones. This is the spirit of 67, but it came out in 66. This is the original LP mix. You get mono and stereo, so you got to pick this up. Also, since we're talking about that, I also recommend Revolution, okay? Because you get the mono stereo of that as well. I also like things like, you know, Paul Revere and the Raiders' Greatest Hits. I like Midnight Ride, and but those are not the original LP mixes, though. I don't think these two are. All right, but I'm here to discuss this one, which I think is my favorite. It's got "Good Thing," which is one of their classics. I like a lot of these songs. "Louise," "Hungry" is one of their classics. "Undecided Man," "Great Airplane Strike." I mean, it's all fairly solid for these guys. But I do recommend you get Revolution because, again, mono, stereo, and the original. It's the original LP mixes. Okay, is that it for 66? Yeah. Let's move on to 67. Okay. I knew I had to do a Standells album too. They don't have a great album. I know most people are going to opt for their first one. I'm going to go for, this is a bit of a cheat. I'm going to go for this twofer. All right? This twofer CD has Why Pick on Me, Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White, and it's also got Try It. Either one is a fantastic album. There's enough good songs, especially when you combine the two on one disc, to make them, it's got Why Pick on Me and Sometimes Good Guys Don't Wear White. Those are the total standouts from this album. And it's got, Ride on Sunset Strip, I know is on Try It. And then other ones. So this is what I'm going to recommend over their first album, which would usually get the nod. This album's in 67. In fact, both of these are 67. All right. Okay. Did a whole show on the Electric Prunes, also from 67. These guys are really a psychedelic garage band. This has both their hits. Too Much to Dream last night and Gave Me to the World on Time. I talked a bit more about this album in my Prunes video, but, I like all of this. Oni, Are You Loving Me More but Enjoying It Less, Bangles, Sold to the Highest Bidder, Lovin', Train for Tomorrow. I like it, but I'd be remiss in not talking about their second album, Underground, which many people feel is just as good, if not better. All right, that's 67, as is this, and they had a third album in 67 as well, which I also kind of like. So, other album, it was buried here, folks. This should have been with 66. This is the Count Five's album, Psychotic Reaction. Am I telling you where these guys are from? Standells were from LA. These guys, I wrote this down. These guys are from the Bay Area. Count Five, San Jose. Did I miss anything? Music Machine was from LA. Blues Magoos were from New York City. I didn't tell you that, did I? Savages were from Butte. I said that. Lees are from right here where I am in the San Fernando Valley. Remains are from Boston. I said that. Los Altos is Chocolate Watch Band. Standells are from LA. And the Raiders, I forgot where the Raiders, they had a show right here in Los Angeles where the action is, but I can't remember where the band themselves are from. Anyways, Count Five, San Jose. It's a classic song, great Yardbirds ripoff, Psychotic Reaction. The album is really good too, though. Double Decker Bus is great. Pretty Big Mouth is great. The World is pretty good. They did My Generation. That's probably one of the first cover versions of that song, the Who song. And then lots of bonus tracks. I mean, I do recommend this CD. Should have mentioned it when I was doing 66. Back to 67. You guys ever heard the Rising Storm with the Calm Before album? Came out in 67. Where are these guys from? Wrote it down too. Massachusetts. All right. This is good. Sound quality on this CD is a bit iffy, but I don't know if you're going to find it better. I got this a long time ago, so there might be a better remastered CD. But it's kind of garage. It's kind of surf, kind of bluesy. I like it. And so, if you're interested in making a purchase, check it out first on YouTube. It gets the matte silver approval, though. The Rising Storm. Calm Before. Okay, and the last I'm going to do is one that, I don't know if I'm past the 20-minute mark or not, but here's the other half, which is, Randy Holden's kind of Bay Area band, or did they do some recording here in LA too? When I did my Blue Cheer video and I talked about Randy Holden, I told you more, but I can't. That was a month ago. I've already forgotten. This is a good record though. It's got heavy guitar, so it's not like a typical. By '68, you know, the teenage, you know, jonesing for sounds had moved on from, you know, kind of Stonesy Yardbirds sounding to kind of Hendrix sounding bands, and that's what the other half was. I do enjoy the album, and I thought Randy Holden was a good guitar player. So, okay, what else can I show you about garage rock? Garage rock, you know, was American teenagers trying to sound like a British invasion band. That's pretty much how I like the Stones or the Yardbirds or the Who or the Kinks, etc. Not so much the Beatles, but sometimes the Beatles. This is a really good book, Teen Beat Mayhem, which is out of print. And, you know, I always don't like recommending you guys out of print stuff, but it's a great essay on garage rock. And I guess the reason why most people buy it is because it has just a voluminous encyclopedia, I guess, dictionary of 45s by every garage band that the author of this book could find. You know, I mean, you could tells you everything that you want to know about it. And then at the end, he lists what he thinks are the top 1,000 garage rock songs. Like, you know, these are the numbers. He's got a picture of the 45, and he, what is it? Is it 1,000? Yeah, 1,000. And just to you know, give you the, in case you're only interested in the highlights, save you the money. His 1 through 10 are, number 1 is You're Gonna Miss Me, 13th Floor Elevators. Number 2 is It's a Crying Shame, The Gentlemen. They were from Texas. Number 3 is from Going All the Way, The Squires. That's on one of these Nuggets boxes I'm going to show you in a second. Number 4 is The World Ain't Round It's Square by the Savages. I showed you that album today. Number 5 is Writing on the Wall by the 5 Canadians. Yeah, good song. Rare, not on any of these Rhino things. Speak of the Devil is number 6 by Things to Come. Lorna by Adrian Lloyd is number 7. Number 8 is Talk Talk, The Music Machine. I showed you that one tonight. The Outcast, number 9. It's called I'm in Pittsburgh. I've never heard that song, I don't think. I don't remember now. Blue Girl by the Bad Roads is number 10. So anyways, I don't know if you can afford this, but Teen Beat Mayhem is a great book by Mike Markusich. Okay, what are we doing here? 22 minutes? All right, we're doing fine. I'll briefly show you these Rhino boxes, and then we'll try to round up or wind up by a half hour. Nuggets, original artifacts from the first psychedelic era. This was I said this was my favorite album of 1972, beating out narrowly Exile Management by the Stones. This is a box set that Rhino put out in the late 90s. It's 4 discs. All the discs I'm going to show you by Rhino. These Nuggets boxes are 4 discs. The original 1972 Lenny Kaye album is right there. It's the first CD. And it's 3 extra discs of American garage rock from the 60s. Outstanding. Hardly a duff track, you know. And if I think it's an average song, someone else might love it. So these are all, you know, assembled with love and care. Cannot recommend this box set enough. Nuggets from Rhino, 97, 98, I don't remember when it came out. Nuggets 2. These are not American songs, also from Rhino. These are from the rest of the world, but mostly the UK. 4 more discs, virtually as good as the first Rhino set. You know, I mean, even in Europe, they were imitating the British bands, and a lot of these bands are from England, and they're imitating the same groups I just told you about, or Them, or The Pretty Things, you know. But these are also great songs. Nuggets 2, virtually as good as Nuggets, probably another 5-star box. The third one is Children of Nuggets. These are post-1960s songs which sound like 60s garage rock, 70s, 80s, 90s. That's what this stuff is. It's pretty good, you know. I mean, understanding that you think, oh, this is going to be watered down garage rock. Yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of these songs, had they come out in the 60s, would be considered classics. So, I don't know if you want to make this the last one that you buy, but it's, again, none of these boxes disappoint. All right. The fourth one is a fave of mine, because, guys, I'm a big Bay Area buff. This is Love Is a Song We Sing. It's just dealing with mostly San Francisco, but Bay Area bands in general. Before this box set came out, most people, myself included, did not consider the Bay Area to really be a haven for garage rock. But wow, it turns out there's plenty of great garage rock that came from them. And I showed you a couple tonight. I showed you the Chocolate Watch Band and the Count 5. So there you go. Okay, that was the fourth in the series. The last one was the one that was devoted to LA, where the action is. And I know guys here in LA that love this set. I think it's might be the weakest of the five, and I'll tell you why. Because they used up most of the great garage rock songs from LA on the first Nuggets box set. That isn't to say that there's not plenty of great material on here, because there is. But it's a bit of a barrel scraping, I think, vibe to this. But of course, if this is your favorite one, you're going to say, bullshit, Matt. This is a great one. They're all good, folks. All five of these boxes are good. So, I don't know how many more garage rock shows I'm going to do, because it's like, I'm running out of the major bands who have enough of a discography to show you. So that was my 20 or even 21, I don't know when I count them up, favorite garage rock albums of the 60s. Okay? So I'll see you next weekend, not the one coming up. This is Matt signing off.